Hey Todd, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I know we skipped last week. There was a lot going on, so I'm really glad that we're back together again. So Todd, let's discuss. There's been a reduction in our inventory kind of for a while now, and so I kind of wanted us to talk directly to our clients about setting expectations. It's certainly impacting submitting buyers' offers on homes, obviously having their pre-approvals from you coming through. And so from your side of the real estate market today, how are you sending over your pre-approvals to clients and explaining to them and preparing them how that they're able to sort of win the race against potentially multiple offers?
Yeah, it's crazy right now. From what I'm hearing, inventory is about 50% of what it would normally be this time of year. Down, I think they're somewhere around 650, 670 is how many houses are on the market in our MLS. And we're seeing 2/3 of those being sold within the same month. So we really do have a shrinkage of the market that's basically putting the sellers in the driver's seat. So when I'm talking to or meeting with my clients, what the first thing that they need to be realizing is if you do need a seller's contribution and you're not a first-time home buyer to get something for help on the closing costs, you need to save some more money because the sellers right now, they have zero incentive to take an offer that's asking them to pay closing costs. They'll get 5 to 10 offers, and one of those offers will not ask for closing costs. So I am setting that expectation with everybody. So whoever might be listening, that's definitely something that you need to be thinking about. That be prepared for your down payment and your closing costs.
Okay,
Now,
definitely.
to strengthen those offers, it's always been common practice to have a complete file, obviously submitted to me, bank statements, pay stubs, W-2s, the whole bit. Now more than ever, though, because when I'm writing that offer, the letter, the pre-approval letter, I need to be able to have that conversation with the listing agent when they call, because a lot of listing agents are making phone calls now and they're wanting to discuss the clients and make sure they're going to go with whoever they feel is the strongest. Now, if I can tell them that I have a complete file, credit's good and everything, then that could possibly set us apart from 3 or 4 of the other offers that maybe they don't have a full 30 days pay stubs. Maybe they do have a situation where COVID-19 has impacted them, whatever that might be.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for explaining that because I know there are different steps to the approval process. So, like you were saying, a complete file is gathering everybody's information, whether it's pay stubs, W-2s, like you mentioned, gathering, work history and verification of all that. So, having the most complete file when presenting that approval to a listing agent receiving the offer, it's definitely more well-rounded, and I think it gives them a little bit more confidence in that buyer as well. So that's been huge. I've been experiencing that personally in the market. And speaking of that also, so obviously Rick and I, my husband, are shopping. We just did find a home. You obviously are the lender. So I'm wondering, we did have to go through a couple houses before we got an offer accepted, and we wrote them very strong and very competitive. We were up against a contingency, which is a little bit different than right now. I think first-time home buyers have a pretty strong hold on the market, so there's not a lot of contingencies out there. But I'm wondering, are you seeing that the majority of your clients are having to write multiple offers before they actually do get an accepted one and get into contract?
Yeah, I'm seeing most of my clients, they're looking at 3 to 4 homes typically. I had another one today that was similar to yours. Their offer was very strong. Maybe not quite as strong as your offer. You were writing those pretty dang strong. I'm still not really sure other
I
than the
was trying.
contingency. But this particular client, they don't even have a contingency. And they wrote their offer for $5,000 over appraised value just in case the appraisal came in low, and still did not get accepted. Craziest thing, I mean, I don't even know what the other offer must have been, but they ended up runner up on that one. So yeah, and there's no rhyme or reason to some of them. I haven't quite understood why maybe some sellers are taking certain offers over others, but they are, and it's just a reality right now that plan on looking at 3 or 4 homes and making offers on all of them because we just don't have a lot to choose from.
Definitely, definitely. So we've talked a little bit about educating and preparing buyers. It's really competitive. If you need contribution for your closing costs, do your best to save up and then maybe shop in a little bit, or potentially getting a gift from a family member that can contribute. I know that that's something that you can work with, and then they can be in a stronger position as a buyer. Now, shifting that focus a little bit to sellers, right now, what major benefits would you articulate? Because obviously we're trying to hustle to get sellers right now. We don't have enough homes to put our buyers in. So coming from your perspective of what you see in the market, what would you articulate to sellers right now that would be the biggest benefits to selling?
Other than they're probably getting close to the peak on the value, just because of how low interest rates are. Something's going to give at some point in time, whether it's value or rate or both. So if you are thinking about buying another home and doing that upsize, that's actually where the market's a little bit better. The more expensive homes, there's a little bit less, or a little bit less competition is what I'm trying to say, than that price range of, 250 to 350. With that said, the one that I lost today was a $400,000 house. So
Wow.
you never know. But if they are looking to move up, it's something that they can do a little bit easier than somebody that's coming into that 250 to 350 price range. And then they can sell their house and they'll get top dollar and they'll get exactly what they want because the seller is calling the shots right now.
Definitely. Absolutely. Thank you. So we've talked about all of this. So the last thing I kind of wanted to touch on, you just kind of mentioned it. How are rates doing? What are you kind of forecasting for rates right now in the next week or two?
I can give you examples of what we've locked. Locked a VA loan at 2.75, locked an FHA loan at 2.75, locked another FHA loan at 2.875, and locked a conventional at 3% and another one at 3.125. So rates are really, really good right now. Still best I've ever seen. Definitely a good time to buy or even refinance. On the refinance side, we're getting appraisal waivers on a lot of them. So if you've got
Wow.
decent credit and there's enough equity out there, which again, we're in a seller's market, so there is, our systems are actually giving us appraisal waivers, which is saving money and time.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, definitely. I think refinances are, I think you're starting to see more. Are you come across your desk?
Yeah, it's starting to pick back up. Now that the COVID-19 thing is trying to get in our rearview mirror, hopefully, knock on wood, it stays there. The rates are starting to settle down a little bit. We had a time where they had kind of peaked and gone up, just because there were so many refinances in the pipeline, but those are all funding now or have funded. And so the banks are starting to loosen back up on their rates and allow us to be competitive with the business again, meaning that they want the loans now, whereas they didn't really want them before. So with that, we'll see those refinances pick back up. The desire for purchasing is out there. So again, sellers, if you've got a house that you're thinking about selling, get it sold because there is definitely somebody to buy it for sure.
Absolutely. Definitely. Probably more than 5 people that will be
Oh
willing
yeah,
to buy it. So
absolutely.
yeah, there's a lot of competition right now. So thank you so much, Todd. So do you have any final remarks for us for this Talks with Todd, the lender, this week?
No, that pretty much sums up the last couple of weeks for us. We've just been fighting the inventory. Everything else is pretty steady right now.
Great. Well, thank you so much. I look forward to speaking with you again soon. And if there's any more updates on forbearances for us, or if you see that the rates are going to be trending in any other direction, let me know and we can jump on here and let our clients and audience know.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Todd. Take care.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.